gets take to a seat after a mental breakdown by Birdman. So, into it.
Alright, what's going on, guys? So, it's been a while since I've flown anywhere. Obviously, with everything that's happened in the last year and a half, things have been a little bit different, but I've never really been a fan of flying in general, right? Like, it's just such a terrible experience. I mean, number one, airports just in general are like one of the worst places in the world to deal with. And then on top of
Yeah.
that, flying itself, I just don't like the idea of it. You putting a lot of trust out there that nothing goes wrong. And if something does, like, that's GG's, you know what I mean? And I'm not trying to go out like that. But fortunately, the one positive in my experience, at least, is that I've never really had anyone have like a mental breakdown or, go completely psycho on any flight that I've been on. Because that's just a terrible situation to be in because you're stuck there. You know what I mean? You can't leave. You got to just hope that the situation gets handled correctly. And I don't know if I've ever seen a situation handled more correctly than this one right here. They put this dude in his place, and I just gotta respect it, man. We should start doing this more. This was actually amazing. So this is the tweet right here. It went pretty viral this morning. You guys might have seen it. Now, the tweet itself does not do this situation any justice, so we're gonna have to play the clip and then we'll break it down. So let's go ahead and take a look.
Let's go. You guys fucking suck. My parents are worth fucking 2 million goddamn dollars. And you know what? You fucking
This
suck.
clip is so wild.
Yeah. You know what? My grandpa is worth more than your fucking life.
Now, I don't know what exactly set this guy off like this, but, judging from his behavior and what he's saying, I would imagine it probably didn't take too much, and I'm probably going to side with the other 100 people on the plane over this guy, not the guy screaming about how his parents are rich or whatever. I feel like we all probably know a person like this, maybe not to this extent, but we know the type of person that this guy is, right? He's 22 years old. This is definitely not a kid by any means, and he's screaming about his parents' $2 million net worth in the middle of the plane. I promise you, nobody cares, bro. I don't know if he thought people were gonna be impressed or something, but you can just hear everyone laughing at him. So I guess he wasn't happy with the response, so he decided to escalate the situation. He got a little bit more rowdy. I mean, you know how these things go, right? I guess it got to the point where he started assaulting the flight attendants, male and female. So they ended up having to restrain him. And this right here might be the greatest way to restrain someone I have ever seen.
Like really to a bear. That's crazy.
So, as you can see, they duct taped this dumbass to the seat in order to restrain him, and it was pretty effective as far as I can tell. Now, obviously, this isn't the textbook way to handle the situation, I would assume, but you can't argue with its effectiveness, man. It definitely seems pretty good, and I think it should be the way to handle situations like this because this is a horrible spot to be in, right? Like, being on a plane already is so uncomfortable, but then on top of that, you can't even move at all and you're duct taped to the chair. That's terrible. That honestly might prevent some future mental breakdowns from happening if this was the true punishment for the situation. However, it does say in the story that because the proper policies for restraining a passenger were not followed, some of the flight attendants involved have been suspended pending further investigation. And I just think that's bullshit,
Suspended?
man. Like, listen, dude, sometimes you got to do what you got to do, right? You can't let this guy just go crazy on the plane. You got to restrain him. And if the normal procedures weren't working, I mean, I don't know what the normal policy is for restraining someone on a plane. I mean, obviously, it's not duct taping them to the chair, but I'm sure they tried to do it the normal way at first, and that probably wasn't working. So they're like, you know what? We got to do what we got to do, right? We got to stop this guy, you know what I mean? So I think it's kind of nonsense that the flight attendants might get in trouble for this. Hopefully they don't. I wouldn't imagine that they do. I think, you know, they just have to do this as, like, you know, protocol or whatever. But I think after they conduct their investigation, they'll probably be like, yeah, you guys did what you had to do. Hopefully, you know what I mean? I would hate to see the employees get in trouble for this, you know what I mean? Because they just did whatever they could to handle the situation. As far as this moron is concerned, I don't really know how much trouble he's going to be in. Like, he's been arrested as of now. Who knows what he's actually going to be charged with or whatever. They'll probably have to review all the footage. I don't know how much he really, like, assaulted these people or whatever, but hopefully he gets in a good amount of trouble at least. Hopefully he can learn his lesson. But if his parents are as rich as he claims they are, they're probably just gonna, you know, get some good lawyers, and, you know, he probably won't get in too much trouble, I would assume, because clearly they've been enabling his terrible behavior his whole life, and that's why he acts like this. So they're probably just gonna bail him out once again. But yeah, anyways, that's pretty much it for the video. I just thought it was a funny clip of this guy because I've just never seen nothing like that before. And I thought it was a really good way to handle the situation. And I approve, even though, you know, the company may not approve. It might not be approved legally, but in the eyes of the people, man, we approve of the way this situation was handled, man. That was hilarious. So anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to leave a like rating if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you're not.
Well, that's gonna be the end of this video, bro. Like, comment, subscribe, and we out.